welcome to Year 5 Summer 1 topic video. Our topic this term is, how would you survive? In geography this term we will be revisiting knowledge about lines of longitude and latitude, the Cancer lines, the equator, the Greenwich Meridian, time zones and day and night, and how all those things interlink. We will also be doing an exciting fieldwork trip into Billingshurst and presenting and recording data in lots of different ways. Finally, we will be moving towards understanding six-figure grid references to enable us to go out and do some navigation and orienteering. In English this half term, we will be looking at Michael Morpurgo's Kensuke's Kingdom. This will be the inspiration for our own survival stories and also the inspiration for looking at our own survival guides. These will be our key texts, and also we will be looking at a farewell letter to Eddie. So these three different writing styles will be the focus for this term in English. As mathematicians this term, we will be learning about factors, multiples and primes. We'll be comparing the different types and structures behind numbers, composite numbers, and applying those to different word problems. Moving forward, we're going to be revisiting fractions. We're going to be looking at equivalent fractions, improper mixed fractions, and doing lots of different types of calculating with these towards the end of the half term. We'll be thinking in a flexible way about all of our maths knowledge and using all of our facts to apply to reasoning and word problems. In E4S this half term, we'll be looking at topics such as emotional resilience. We'll be looking at relationships, what makes a good relationship and what makes a bad relationship, and what to do if you find yourself in a bad relationship. We'll be looking at sleep, the benefits of good sleep, and how to improve our sleep patterns. And we'll also be looking at how we can deal with change in the feelings we're experiencing, and also change in how we're going to cope with those things. In computing this term, we will be developing our skills in stop motion animation. We're going to be linking to our knowledge about the life cycle of animals in science. What we're going to do is create a short film about the life cycle of a frog using our new stop motion animation app and skills. We will also be using our editing skills within this as part of the curriculum. In science this half term, we are looking at life cycles. We start with looking at the life cycle of a flowering plant, including pollination. That's wind pollination and insect pollination. And to do that, we start with revisiting the parts of a flower. Then we carry on and we look at the life cycle of an insect. This half term, we have the wonderful experience of hatching live ladybirds, looking at the metamorphosis that they undergo, and then we move on to looking at the life cycle of an amphibian. This time we're looking at a frog, and then we go on to looking at the life cycle of a bird. This sets us up really nicely for next half term, where we start looking at other life cycles and gestation periods. In music this half term, we will be exploring sea shanties, the history of them and how they actually served a social purpose. We will also be singing and performing our own sea shanties, looking at the elements of the sea shanties themselves and music, such as dynamics or tempo or pitch, and then we're going to move towards composition and creating our own. And last but not least, in PE this half term, we start with our outdoor education, and we are looking at tactics and communication. This supports our theme of Would You Survive? And we will be looking at different problem-solving skills in the survival context. And then for our other PE block, we will be looking at athletics, specifically this half term, running. Children will be looking at how best to use technique to sprint, and then they will be having the opportunity to put this into practice against each other.